Hey, hello and welcome to Easy Chat Live. Tonight's one is a very special one because I am bringing a person who knows from his own experience how it is to build your audience organically and then what you do when you need to really take it to the next level. So this is exactly what we're going to talk today to Mr. Frank Salas, or as they know him, talented Mr. Salas himself. Hi, Frank. How are you?
Hey, Juliette. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm really looking forward to serving the audience.
Brilliant. I am delighted. We actually connected recently ourselves on another interview, and Frank showed me something that I thought, oh my God, my audience has to see this. Frank, just maybe in a few words you can start with, tell us your story the way you told it to me. How did you start your online business and a little bit about your journey going back to the roots?
Yeah, for sure. Well, my name's Frank Salas, and I'm 30 years old. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 20. And I dropped out of school my senior year to start my first business. I was born homeless. English is my second language. So there's a lot of challenges that I had to overcome. And the reason that I share that with you is because if I can do this stuff, so can you. And I've got all the faith in you. I believe in you. Juliette believes in you. If you're picking up what we're putting down, like this out, share this out, leave us a comment. We're really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. But when I first got started, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I have an idea, I have a passion, and I want to do something. At the time, I was having a very successful job selling cell phones in college, and that was great, but I was just, I was making a few thousand when my company was making millions. So I knew that I was good, but I wanted to make that good for me, not for a company or corporation. So I started my own business at a very young age. At 20, I was very blessed to know that about myself. I was also a risk taker. I knew that it wasn't going to be easy. I anticipated coming into my business knowing that, hey, I had a certain amount of income here and I was going to dip either severely or 100%. But I made that switch and I made that change. And when I first got introduced to social media marketing was in 2008. I used it to launch my first business, which was a spray tanning business out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm from Texas. So I was struggling for 8 months. Literally, I ate once a day for months 1 through 6, and months 6, 7, and 8. I ate once every other day. No. And a lot of people were saying, oh, poor Frank, how could you do something like that? In my mind, I loved it. I was like, I'm a soldier. I'm in the jungle. If they can drop a United States Special Force dude into the jungle with no food, no water, and expect them to come out the other side alive, then I can do the same thing. If they're at battle in that capacity, I'm at battle in the entrepreneurship world. So everybody around me, the people close to me were saying, quit. Hey, you tried. This was you put a great effort. You get an E for effort. And I wasn't done. I was like, no, this is my life. Yeah. This is how it's going to be for the rest of my life. So what was a tipping point for me back in 2008 was I asked my clientele. I only had about 50 clients, but they loved me. Every week, I knew that I did good work, and every week they would come and get a spray tan from my business. So I had staff, I had people, I would pay my, products, my rent, my marketing, and I wouldn't have any money left over. So on the 8th month, I was like, you know what? I can't keep doing this. This is going crazy. I'm tired of being poor. So what I did is I asked my 50 people, and I didn't have that many clients, and they left me reviews. Only like 30 of them left me reviews, so not even all of them. But back then, they left me reviews on Facebook and Google, which loves to know what's trending, what's hot. Google weighs other people's opinions on social networking sites way higher than anything else right now. So if Google spiders, Google's little robots that come out into the internet, if they see that someone's talking good or bad about your business, they're going to say, this is my experience with this business, and it's going to make you rank higher. So after the first month of doing that, my phone was blowing up off the hook, and I kept asking people, like, where'd you hear about us from? And they're like, yeah, we found you on Google, and Facebook said you had a lot of reviews. I went to your Facebook page. I saw your video. I saw your before and afters. So I was demonstrating my product. I said, this is how I help people. And they were able to see that. Then my phone started blowing up. And I was like, okay, I guess this social media thing works. But what really made it for me was when celebrities started calling my studio for spray tans. When people from Australia, the UK, and I'm in Texas, they're saying, hey, I've got a client who's super famous and who's coming for an appearance in Dallas, Texas. We looked at the internet. I'm her assistant, and you're the guy. We want you to handle, not your staff, not your people. We want you to do it. And I was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. My rates, whatever. I just threw out a crazy number, a ridiculous number.
No problem.
And they paid it. Yeah. And I was like, holy crap. There was no like fluff because I was the subject matter expert in spring from 2008 to 2012 in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Wow. I was the guy. And I had my own solution, my own system, my own technique. And people would come from all over the place to blow our business up and say, yo, we want a spray tan from this person with this service and this product. And I got all that from Facebook, wow. 100% from Facebook. And the takeaway there is that when you go to your boss, this is your boss. You're not the boss of this. This is your boss. Because if this vibrates, no matter what you're doing, you're driving, you're making love to your spouse, you're hanging out with your kids, whatever. If this buzz, you just stop. You're programmed to go, what does this say? Because this controls your life. So I found that if you put your business on this device, people will call you. People will pay you money. And I found that from a very, very early age. So fast forward, a few years. I started my own real estate business. My real estate business is going great. It takes a while to build up. First year is tough, but I did pretty good. I did better than most agents, and I had 100 transactions my first year as a realtor. Wow. Most people have like 5 to 10, maybe if they're lucky. Yeah. I had 100, and that's because I took those same exact practices that will work in any niche, any marketplace, and any business. So I was a realtor for 2 years, and that was cool, but I was like, I got a job. I don't have a business. I got a job. If I stop showing up in my suits and cigars and unlocking doors, and if I stop sitting in traffic for 2 to 4 hours a day in Austin, Texas, then I will not have a job. I won't have any money coming in. This is a problem. I am no longer a business owner. I am self-employed. I need to fix this ASAP. So I realized, okay, I want to start another business, but I don't want to not eat for like 6 months. I was young then. My tastes have acquired. I can't go back to that life. So what I decided was I wanted to come into the game, another game, and take my expertise, my knowledge. I knew that I could build any business through social media. That was my value. You might be somebody who helps people with certain problems. At the end of the day, we all exchange low value thoughts for high value thoughts, whatever that looks like, whatever that is. So when people started asking me about how did you build this business up, I kept telling them social media. They didn't understand that. So I decided that I was going to help people with their social media and make them more money. So in July 2015, which was the peak of a season, I was like, okay, I know that I need to make as much money now because I don't want to suffer when I build up this other business. I'm going to quit real estate money. And real estate money is really good money to walk away from. And I like nice things. I like expensive stuff. And, it was just really hard for me. But I knew that's where I was going, and that was my shift. So I closed out as many deals as I could. And then October of 2015, I said, all right, I'm off the needle. I'm no longer going to be addicted from the real estate money. And what I decided to do was help people through social media. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you, quite a bit of.
Let me just also put your screen, put our speaker view. There we go. So we can have a very close look.
For sure. I'm going to share my screen right now. We're going to zoom in. And I started this. This is my personal brand. Talented Mr. Salas, that's how they know me as. And, I'm doing okay. It's been 2 years. I'm doing all right. I've got about 14,000 people, 15,000 people who follow me, and that's not a lot of people, but that's a lot of people who are really interested in what I have to offer.
That's right.
So I want to show you some real life. I didn't alter this. I didn't, do this. This is real life from Facebook right now. You get to see how my campaigns are doing this week, and whatnot. But I want to show you my growth. Because I showed this to Juliette as she was sharing with me her adventure and her journey. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, for sure. Just keep at it. This is a big picture kind of thing. And she felt that conversation was a very selfish conversation. She felt that I should share that with the world and her audience. So here it is. So I told you guys, the reason I told you guys timelines was because this is it. This is the truth. I started my social media, consulting influencer business in October of 2015. And I didn't make my page for Facebook because I got so busy from taking a lot of action that I was like, you know what? In December, I'm going to start my page. So December 19th, Christmas 2015, a little less than 2 years ago, I started my Facebook page. So, I invited all my friends and family, much like I'm sure everybody else here invited their friends and family. Please like my page. please like my page, support me. Everybody does that at the beginning, but then it kind of wears off. People are like, okay, we get it. You got a business. Yeah. We'll see how long this lasts, Judy, you know? So from there, I want to show you some real life, results. And this is me, by the way, when I was doing this, I jumped on an early adopting platform called Periscope, which is Twitter's version of live stream. And back then, they were the first ones that were out there. So that's where I was building up my following. So I want to pause right here and have this takeaway for your audience. When you're building up a brand, what you want to do is you want to go where the eyeballs are right then and there and double down on that platform. There's a lot of platforms that come and go, and those are called early adopter platforms. Right now, I'm all about chatbots. I'm going to show you guys some of those here in just a bit and how that's very useful to grow your business and how to get your message out there. But at the time, I was focusing more of my energy on Periscope. And it was working. And I was getting people to go from Periscope to my Facebook page, to my Twitter, to my YouTube, and I was cross-pollinating all of my social media channels, but most people found me through Periscope. With Facebook, you got to pay to play now. Back in Periscope land, when everybody was all about live streaming and it was new, everybody was there, and I said, hey guys, I know you guys found me here, but I want to direct you to my Facebook page, my YouTube page, because it's not live, it's more structured, it's more organized. You can expect to find this worksheet, and so on and so forth. I was promoting myself. So I'm doing this, and things are going great. I'm getting a lot of client work. And for those of you guys who are saying, oh man, he only had 300 people, or he only had 500 people, I want to stop real quick. Imagine 500 people all around you. Imagine 300 people. Imagine 150 people around you that were really interested in what you had to offer, that had that KLT factor, that know, like, and trust factor, who are interested in your services and they want to pay you. So imagine you have 150 clients. That's a lot of clients. That's a lot of people for you to be working with. So just keep that in mind as we go this. So now we're getting into, okay, I guess I'm starting to get popular. I'm doing videos every day. I'm doing YouTubes. I'm doing interviews just like this. I'm doing masterclass, webinars. I'm going live stream every day on Periscope. And then this year I was like, man, it's the last year of my 20s. I turned 30 this summer. It's the last year of my 20s, and I don't really want to go on live stream every day and share my time with people for 2 to 4 hours every day on live stream. Even though this has been working and I'm very blessed to have this opportunity, I'm done with it. I'm over it. There's got to be an easier way. So back in January, I decided to pay for advertising on Facebook. I'd done it for promotion and stuff, but I decided to say, you know what? I'm going to set aside a few $100s. I'm going to set aside, you can even start with as low as just $1 per day. That's it, just $1 per day. And I'm going to invest every single month into Facebook marketing. So I started doing that, and my page started growing a lot more rapidly for people that really wanted my stuff. Then I started saying, okay, this was $1 a day, $2 a day, $5 a day. Then I was like, you know what? What if we did $50 a day with maybe 10 different campaigns with $5 each, and attack different market segments. So I've got people who like Gary Vee, and I would say, hey, you guys like Gary Vee, but do you hate how he never tells you how to make money? How he just hypes you up all the time? And nothing against Gary Vee. That's what he does. He inspires people. I'm a more technical trainer. I show my screen. I show you the real deal. If you really like social media marketing and outsourcing and real estate, I show you the nuts and bolts. I'm one of those kind of guys. I try to fluff as least as possible, but still make it entertaining. So that's kind of my vibe. So I have one market segment towards Gary Vee's people. Then somebody like Grant Cardone, who's like my guy, the sales guy, who tells you how to make a lot of sales, but he doesn't show you how to fulfill the service. I will lead in. I will stand on the shoulders of giants, and I will offer them the next step. So, hey, do you love Grant Cardone, and are you making a lot of sales, but do you not have a product to offer? Let me help you craft your product. And now people are following me. They're saying, oh, yeah, I know how to sell stuff because of Grant Cardone, but I don't really know how to do anything. I need to get my technical skills up, so let me go ahead and get there. So I'm just getting in where I fit in. I'm offering a solution to a problem that somebody else created because I'm leveraging their efforts. So I start going this, and then things just get really, really, really awesome. And then right in September, check this out. You may be wondering, what happened here? How did this go down?
That was my birthday, September the 3rd.
On your birthday, on September 3rd, something clicked in me. I was like, you know what? Why don't I just buy my audience? Instead of going to do videos every single day, why don't I just buy my audience? And with those eyeballs, I can now distribute to them content. So people buy lists all the time via email, and they pay thousands of dollars for these emails that get 3 to 6% open rate. I know that people are on Facebook every single day, and with one of my programs, Legit Facebook Likes, you can find those at www.legitfacebooklikes.com, or go to my Facebook page, or go to my website, talentedmrsalas.com. That's one of my master classes that will show you exactly how to do this. So, and I'm going to show you some results there, but I'm getting my likes for 1 to 2 cents in order to get people. So what I'm doing is, and why am I paying 1 to 2 cents? I'm paying 1 to 2 cents because Facebook is pay to play from a business page. And there's some options and some reasons why I have invested in my business page. So I know Juliette talks a lot about organic traffic, and that's great. This was me during the organic phase. You know, bootstrapping the business. I'm a fan of the MVP business model, minimum viable product. What I wish I was doing here was just taking $1 to $5 a day and just building up my brand. That's what I wish I did back then, because this number would be exponentially higher. And if you can learn from my mistakes, or not even my mistakes, but just my trial and errors, like, you know, right here I decided, okay, I'm going to pay for the right people. And when I did that, it was just like, whoa, I had to stop paying for traffic because it worked so well that my calendar was always busy. Then that people are always messaging me. I had to hire staff just to manage my Facebook messages. It was nuts. And most people were kind of just kicking the can, kicking the tires, but I was picking up 5 to 10 clients that were able to pay my monthly retainer every single month. I had to hire more and more staff. I had to take parts of so I'm a consultant and I offer consulting services. Some of my services got so popular from this method that I had to make my own company, break off from that just to provide that one little service. So one of my services is social media marketing. That got so popular that this year I had to start my own social media marketing agency only. Brilliant. I have a recruiting business. Now I have my own recruiting business. I got a few other examples like that, but that was the value that I received from this. So when I was here, I was going on live video 2 to 4 hours a day. When I'm here, I'm doing 2 to 3 videos a month that are very, very planned out, that are a lot higher quality, that take people strategically to different places like www.legitfacebooklikes.com. And what they do is it makes me money because I'm sending interested traffic, I'm educating them, I'm solving their problems, and I'm offering them a solution, and in a very, very strategic manner. Whereas before I was just saying, hey, do you got a business? 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 And I was just saying me. And that was great. That was needed at that particular point, but I didn't have any strategy. I was kind of living off the land, and I was like a nomad. So
I'll just chip in here just for a second, because what I'm not teaching something that against this. In fact, I'm really fascinated with this whole progress. Now, from your story, you started when you were 20. You started and with Facebook organically, more or less. You built a business, so you already naturally created this engagement process that you could engage with people, you can talk to people. A lot of people, I find that when they come to promote their business online, they're too silent. They're not creating this. I'm not saying that you have to create a character that doesn't exist. You just need to put yourself out there. That's all. And Frank, you are very charming. You are very, you're a likable person. So you look at you and you smile, and then you're already attracted. You already trust you because of this, But the more you are on, you're confident, you're sharing your message, you're not holding anything back, and it's nice, it's something that creates that trust. That is an organic engagement because Facebook doesn't pay for this, But, however, why I brought you, and this was very important, it's because to understand really clearly that it's not just Facebook ads or just organic that actually works. You have to have, it's like a stool. You have to have at least 3 legs, right? You have to have your email campaign, you have to have your social media presence, and then you add the Facebook ads to scale up and reach people. This seems to be this kind of combination. So with my audience, even though I am known as an organic marketing strategist, but this is very important to understand and not separate the two, because this is where, and you can see. And of course, a lot of other arguments that people have is that, I don't have money to invest into my Facebook marketing. Well, then you have to go and do your lives every day. And, but you saw how, this is the expectations you can have. And also from that chart, from that journey of the page, you started it in 2015, didn't you? Even in
At the end of 2015, yes, ma'am.
So 2016, we were looking at something like 2% of organic reach on the pages. That's without even any advertisement. And yes, you mentioned that you did, a promotion here and there with Facebook ads, but it wasn't like a continuous campaign as we saw later on. But you could see from that it is a slow growth. And I want my followers to really have a realistic expectation about Facebook pages, that the free ride is over. Now it's the end of 2017. The organic reach is like 0%, almost just above 0%. And you do have to be really extra creative. You do have to be really, really not mediocre. Just don't be mediocre. Just find that light that's in you and shine it, because we are all very attractive individuals. And we have that thing that you just need to let it out. Everybody has that, that light. But on top of that, you do need to realize with the Facebook page, and unfortunately, and not unfortunately, Facebook is business, right? It's a business platform. They are making money too, and that's how you have to invest. But you need to be smart about what you're doing. Like with any advertisement online, you can throw the money away into the black hole. So therefore, something like Frank's program could be a great starting point for you to get a really good understanding how to do this. Am I right in saying that?
100%. I always tell people, students, clients, anybody I talk to, social media is not the place for vanilla. If you want vanilla, go to Baskin Robbins. It's an ice cream place here in America.
Yeah, we know it. We know it all the way over the pond, across the pond as well. We heard about it. We have some jokes about it too. I don't know why, but we do. Maybe it's the price. I don't know. One more thing before I let you go, I want to catch you on that chat box. You mentioned a new platform, chat box. Let's talk about it because I'm not really aware of it. I only just joined Periscope, but I want to jump on something that's a new thing. So,
Absolutely. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and chatbots are something that's very easy to everyone thinks they know what a chatbot is. This is what a chatbot should do if you're going to use it to make money. And if you want a live example, go to bit.ly/Salas chatbot. That is bit.ly/Salas chatbot. So this is my chatbot. His name is Chives. Chives like me. He likes cigars. He's got money on his eyes and his mind all the time. He likes suits, and he always likes to have a nice little stack of some change. You never know. He might meet a lady robot. They might want to make little robot babies. You never know. He just wants to be prepared. So this is my boy Chives.
Just before you go further, now this is my mistake because I thought you said chat box and I thought this was another like a Periscope type of thing. Chat bot, of course we know this is a Facebook bot, but messenger bot. But let's talk about it because this is where it's at 100%.
Absolutely. So this is my demo landing page. I send this to clients. If I meet somebody anywhere, I just say, go to this URL, and this pops up. And so it says, congrats on discovering chatbots. I'm Chives, Frank's chatbot. And I tell them the same thing. Chatbots are hard to explain and easier to show you. Click the link below to get started. So I hit send to Messenger, and it said, okay, I just added you to my bot list, which is like an email list, but on the Facebook Messenger app. And it promotes my course called Chatbot Profits, which shows you how to do all of this for your own. So if you see this, you see the value in it, it'll show you step by step how to do that. Now, when I jump over to my Facebook page, check this out. My business page has already sent me a message that says, howdy, Frank. I'm from Texas. We say howdy. I like emojis. Got the little hand emoji. It says, how can I help? This is where I do my thing. So I help people make more revenue. I help people with real estate, and I help people with outsourcing. And instead of having those conversations back and forth over and over again that are very, very repetitive, I've systemized those conversations because I've had enough of them. Yeah. I know what people would normally do. If you're truly an expert at something, you would probably just need to ask somebody 5 to 10 questions, and you would know within about 80% of what they actually need. This allows me to qualify people. And before I jump any further, I just want to explain a concept that's a slightly advanced concept called hyper segmenting my list. So for anybody that comes here, I want to put them in different buckets, or as the cool kids call, funnels. And in these different buckets, what I do is I have, okay, if you click more revenue, my chatbot Chives, he actually learns that you want more revenue, and he's going to put you on an email sequence, 100% hands-free automatically of stuff that's going to help you make more revenue. Same thing with real estate, same thing with outsourcing. It also puts you on another list, just like an email list that says, hey, Juliette was really interested in outsourcing. And once a week, once a month, I'm going to send her my outsourcing video or an outsourcing tip of the day. She's on a list that I can now broadcast to her on Facebook Messenger, not on email, not on text message, not on voicemail, on Facebook Messenger. I'm going to share with you why that's really important in a little bit, but check this. If we click more revenue, I want to know, does this person invest in their money now or invest money in their marketing now? If yes, cool. If no, cool too. And in fact, check this out. If I hit yes or no, the same thing comes out. I'm sorry, the same thing doesn't come out, because if someone says no, then I don't need to ask them this qualifying question. Mm-hmm. So if they say yes, I want to find out what is their monthly marketing budget. If somebody puts 20,000 plus, that sends an alert to me, my assistant, my executive assistant, my executive assistant's assistant, and it's saying, we've got a whale on the line. This person spends a lot of money. We need to find this person right now and go collect that check. It's like urgent. It's like a terrorist attack almost in my organization when that happens, because everyone's all hands on deck and we go after that lead, and speed kills. We're able to take our business and grow it very, very quickly because of that. If they hit no, then they can have either handle my marketing, teach me marketing, or join my free Facebook group. So I'm just going to show you where they lead to, because that allows me to build up my Facebook group where I can then market to them, but also educate them. This is one of my Facebook groups called the Talent Tribe. And, people that are in here are really interested in me. They're my one percenters. So perfect. The second part is they actually get a link to my Calendly, which is an automated calendar, and it allows them to have a business conversation with me. Instead of saying, what's your need? What's your budget? What do you want? Let's just talk. Let's just have a conversation. And I get a lot of people that jump on my calendar this way. This works very, very well. It also works so well that I have to shut it off sometimes because I want to go to the beach.
It's a free session, Frank. Is that a free session?
Yes, this is absolutely free. But so they can book it for free, and before I actually meet them, my assistant will then send them qualifying forms for them to fill out, so I know exactly what kind of client that they are. And if they're a client that I don't want to do business with, I'll say, hey, I don't think that we should be talking because I don't think you're there yet from what you shared with me.
Right, perfect.
These are my rates. If you're interested in talking about working together with these rates in mind, I would definitely love to have a business conversation with you. If not, totally cool. From what you shared with me, I think you should go to this free YouTube video, this free Facebook video, this free Periscope video, and check out my profile on LinkedIn to see how to do this, this, and this, and read this blog. And they're like, oh, that's really cool. You're basically very politely saying, hey, we're not ready to go there, but when you're ready, come back. And they really appreciate that because not everybody's ready to buy. So just to close out this Calendly thing, they can select whichever one. It blocks off on my calendar. It blocks off on their calendar. It works great. Now, check this out. I'm about to blow your freaking mind, guys. So I don't have the biggest list. I only have 810 people who are really interested in what I have to do. It's great. Let me just show you how I build this up. So this was starting this year. I started this. I just started it this year. So let me go over here. And I don't know why that didn't do that. All right. Okay. I guess I gotta go a little bit back
That's
here.
where it is, yeah. Perfect.
All right, there we go.
Perfect.
So this is real life examples. Real life numbers started from scratch. January, nothing.
That's okay.
And just for the record, at this point, I was trying different chatbots to see which one I wanted to roll with. The chatbot that I do use is ManyChat. It's the easiest one. Yeah. There are some other needs for the other ones, and there are some needs for custom build-outs. But if you're just getting started, 99% of business can really work with ManyChat. Big shout out to the ManyChat team. Really appreciate your guys' support. You guys have made me a lot of money this year. So check this out. People are subscribing to my chatbot. It's working. I'm trying to figure it out. And then boom. Then I started putting ads behind it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's about the time when you started putting $1 a day or so. and then we can see from September it's so consistent. And so basically you're spending money on the ads. However, you also have this in place there as well, automating so much conversation, so much, you pre-qualifying people, you know exactly who you need to address, instantly, and who is a freeloader, and you just send them to your group. So that saves you so much time. You're investing in your ads, but you're actually also investing in you because you're freeing your time.
Exactly. And I'm also building up my list for literally pennies on the dollar, which is insane, and it's super targeted. And I can even target it further from there. So I want to show you guys this broadcast. So a broadcast is just like an email blast.
Yeah. How often is that all that you broadcasted this year?
No, there's more.
Right.
I think there's just, parts where I'm there. And I also have other pages. So this is just for my personal brand. Like I've got a real estate business where I actually make real money and I'm begging for pennies on the social media channels comparatively. So, in either way though, like just enough to make their phone buzz is enough, just to be a top of mind. So check this out. I want to show you the read rates, because right now, if you send an email out and you get 12% open rate or 20% open rate, you're an email god. You're like, oh my God, that was amazing. Yeah. Check this out. 84%, 74%, 90%, 92%, 95%, 98%, 98.57. That's the open rate.
And also I noticed that you have really smart the names of the posts, really the subject lines, titles are really smart. So I can see how, like, buy likes from Facebook for I can see how that is 98%. Do you know that? Yeah, so you have to be smart how you introduce this straight away.
And then the emojis, if you notice, you see emojis. I use a free Google Chrome plugin called Emoji Stuff, and you can say heart, like I'm really loving this interview with Juliette. And then boom, I can just put this right here. And I can copy that and put that there. The reason for that is because people are not using emojis in their marketing when they should. As a human being, your brain has no choice but to physically perceive and visualize the trophy, the gift, the money, the free, the diamond. And that's just another way to stand out and get more reads. I also want to show you guys the clicks though, because realistically, no matter what kind of open rate you get on an email, realistically, if you get 1 to 6%, you're doing phenomenal. If you get anything higher than 8%, people are like, oh my God, can you please write a case study? Yeah. And look at these numbers. Yeah. These numbers are up there. They're way, way, way better. And I also want to let you know that these results, this engagement is going down. We are no longer in the early adopter phase of chatbots. Chatbot is now getting mainstream and people are getting numb to them. Now you have to wait till my next new hack that I haven't yet shared with you guys because I'm still making money off of it. It's so cheap for me now. But once I share that with everybody else, it starts to spread, it starts to grow, the cost goes up, the engagement goes down, and then you'll see the results. So people like me, us early adopters, will hog the strategy for 3 to 6 months to get all the benefit and get there first and make a lot of money while it's still low, and then we'll share with it. We'll probably send some kind of course with data so we can say, look, these are the results that I'm getting. Use this for your business, and there's probably realistically a 6 to 18 month time frame for you to make the most amount of money from this. Chatbots will be around forever. They'll get better and better and more advanced, but they are losing their newness and their appeal right now. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And then finally, I wanted to share this with you guys. This was one Facebook ad. This is the Facebook ad that changed my business this year. I provide virtual assistants specifically to realtors. So I went into Facebook, I targeted how to target realtors, and I only targeted 6-figure earners, so they got money to pay my fee, because Papa ain't cheap. Papa likes cigars, he likes to travel. So I went over here and I said, I want to call leads for your real estate business, so you can spend more time closing deals. Comment below for more info. Had 50 comments, not a lot, but 50 6-figure earners who are realtors who need what I have to offer, who are now on my chatbot, who at different phases of the year purchased. So from those 50 people, we've sold 45 of them virtual assistants and other services, and they all came in different parts of the year, different parts of the quarter, because they were in different parts of their business. Which, if as you're providing service and giving value, always keep that relationship open. Say, hey, whenever you're ready, step into my office. And that's how I built my business. I started this with $1 a day, It worked. And then I added $2, then $3, then $4. Then it got to the point when I gave Facebook money, Facebook gave me back more money. And that's exactly how this whole thing works. So I just wanted to share that with your audience. I hope that they found some value in that, but I definitely would love to answer any questions if you guys have any.
Well, let me just quickly check the actual live stream, because I was too happy to just look at you, and I didn't even check. Now we have a few people, we have a good few people on, or we had anyway, so, but I don't see any questions, but you know what? There's just like really good, cheerful comments here. There is somebody who is asking to inbox her. So what we're going to do is, there is actually Frank's page is in the description of this interview. So Minka, if you want to get in touch with Frank, go onto his page and then go into the send message, so you can get into the system and you can get in touch with him. I suppose that's the best way?
Absolutely. The best way for anybody to get a hold of me is to go to my Facebook business page, send me a message. You'll automatically be given an option to get on my calendar. I find out about you. You find out about me. We see if it's a good fit, and we can take the next step.
Perfect. I thought this was brilliant. Guys, look how much we've covered. We've covered how you can go from organically growing your business on Facebook to using ads, and how, when you know what you're doing, you can get those kind of results. We covered enough about discovery calls. This is something I didn't even specifically ask. And look at the golden nuggets that we got about how to actually do discovery calls, especially those free ones that you're afraid. I know deep down you're afraid to give the free discovery calls because of all the freeloaders who want to pick your brain and they don't want to work with you, right? But we just found the way how you can refuse them without being an asshole. So this was very, very good. It was a great tip, I thought. And then we looked at the chat boxes, at the chat bots. My God, what's wrong with me today? My English is not my first language anyway, so I can make mistakes. I don't care about that. So there we go. I thought that was absolutely tremendous. What's going on? Anyway, Frank, thank you so much. You came and you conquered and you over-delivered, and I am so honored that we could have this even Definitely, guys, get in touch with Frank. All these online programs, even if you're not into real estate or realtor, and you need, even if you don't make six figures right now, there's a lot you can learn from Frank. So from his online programs, please check him out, join his group, and this is the one to watch. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I have another little golden nugget in half an hour for you, so stay tuned with this page. And for now, I'm just going to let you all go, and thank you, Frank, again for joining me tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Cheers. Bye, everybody.